Okay, I think I am going to go ahead and get us started. I think my team is ready. So welcome everyone, good afternoon. We are very excited to have you all join us this afternoon to hear about the Small Business Layoff Aversion Grant Program that we will be opening up tomorrow. I am Donna Van Wert. I am the Executive Director for the Workforce Development Board of Contra Costa County. The Workforce Development Board is a 25-member board appointed by the Board of Supervisors that brings together leaders from business, economic development, education, labor, community-based organizations, and public agencies to align a variety of resources and organizations to enhance the competitiveness of the local workforce and support economic vitality in our community. We are funded under the U.S. Department of Labor Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act. We call it WIOA for short, and we look forward to sharing more details and information about our Small Business Layoff Aversion Grant with you today. I do want to encourage everyone to go to our website, WDBCCC.com. We do have a variety of resources available to both individuals laid off or looking for work, and businesses. We have some exciting webinars coming up for our businesses in terms of finding out about the new labor laws and the new leave laws that have been enacted. And I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank on the day and the time. I don't know if Patience wants to pop in and share that. Otherwise, everything is posted on our website.
Definitely. The leave law is actually tomorrow.
Great. And these are free to any business in Contra Costa County, and it's posted on our website, and you can access it there, right, Patience?
Yes, that's correct.
Great, thank you. So our agenda for today is to review some frequently asked questions and answers with you about our process and our application. We'll review the application itself and the timeline for the grant. We will have everyone muted for most of our presentation, and we ask that you hold questions until after our formal presentation. We believe our presentation will answer most questions. However, you will have an opportunity to ask questions during the last 20-30 minutes of our time together this afternoon. We ask that you put your questions in the chat function, and we will address these at the end of our presentations. If for any reason you cannot type your question into the chat box, please raise your hand and we will unmute you to ask your question. You can raise your hand by going to the participant button, which is at the bottom of your screen. And then there'll be all the names. Find your name and there will be a little icon, raise hand, next to your name. Please utilize that. If you're dialing in on a phone, please press *9 to raise your hand. So with me today, I would like to introduce one of my colleagues, Veronica Ramos. And Veronica is available to translate our Q&A section presentation today for any Spanish-speaking participants. I would like to ask now if we have anyone participating today that would like Veronica to translate as we go. If you could please message us in the chat or raise your hand now so that we can be sure that Veronica will translate along with me if we have that need today. I would also like to share that everything that we're going to go over today, as well as all of our other Workforce Development Board material and website, can be translated into multiple languages. If you go to our website, in the bottom left corner, there is a button that says Translate. If you click on that, a bunch of flags will come up, and you pick one. It will tell you the language designated, and then it will translate anything on our website into that language for you. So if there's a need, please access that. So the Q&As are on there now, and again, they can be translated, but we are going to go over those today. I'm just going to check. I'm not seeing anything in chat or anyone that may need know if anyone's received anything as we get started, if Veronica needs to translate with me or not. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce Patience Ofudo. In addition to Veronica, Patience Ofudo is our business services manager, and she is the lead on this project with us. She and I will be going over these frequently asked questions with you today. We're also going to share them on the screen. I know some of us are visual, some of us are auditory, so I want to make sure we have multiple mediums for you to access this information. So I think unless any of my team has anything else that I have missed and wants to contribute, if we are ready to proceed.
Donna, I don't see any hands up or any translations needed in Spanish at the moment.
All right. Well, then we're going to proceed in English, but please, anyone that needs to, please let us know. And even after today, Veronica will be available to assist anyone, as well as our website in multiple languages. We do have a hotline set up that you can continue to seek out information from us at any time, and we will be sharing that in later on. Okay?
That's why that arrow moving in there.
Yeah.
To each screen, yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, you only see it.
I got two chats.
Okay, so Patience, are we prepared to start with our questions?
Yes. So the first question that we have on our FAQ is, when is the small business grant program application available?
So it will be open accepting applications tomorrow, Wednesday, November 18th at 8 a.m. and it will close on December 2nd at 5 p.m., no exceptions.
Who is eligible to apply for this grant?
So businesses must meet the following requirements. They must have a physical location within Contra Costa County, have a current business license, currently be open or intend to reopen, be current on their unemployment taxes and in good standing with the state of California, and demonstrate a need for support due to the impact of COVID-19 on their business. And we know that that is probably most of you today, and that's what we want to do with this small amount of money that we have, support in any way that we can.
Can I use the grant fund to pay for business supplies or a mortgage payment?
So these are very specific grant funds, and they cannot be used for mortgage payments or payroll. But here are some examples of how it might help you. Paying for services or tools for restaurants or retail establishments to convert to online sales or delivery as a result of COVID-19 shelter-in-place orders and or on-site and in-person service restrictions. Purchasing remote access equipment or software that allows employees to work from home rather than being laid off. For example, computers, printers, telephones, headsets, video conferencing software. Purchasing cleaning, sanitation supplies, and or services that will allow an essential small business to maintain an on-site workforce and reduce the risk of exposure. And any other creative approaches and strategies that you may come up with that will help reduce or eliminate the need for layoffs. This is a layoff aversion grant program.
Can home-based businesses apply?
No, locations, you must have a storefront location.
Are building owners eligible to apply for this program?
Yes, if the building owner or leasee operates a business out of that physical commercial storefront location, not a residence, and meets the other eligibility requirements that we addressed in question 2.
I own a business in Contra Costa County and a business outside Contra Costa. Can I still apply?
Yes, but only the business within Contra Costa County limits is eligible, along with the other eligibility requirements listed in question 2.
How do I apply for this grant?
So the applications will be open starting tomorrow, go to our website, Workforce Development Board of Contra Costa County, www.wdbccc.com. It will open tomorrow at 8 a.m. and close December 2nd at 5 p.m., no exceptions. And the application will be on the website.
How will grant recipients be selected?
So we do have some priorities that we will be looking for. We encourage, anyone to apply. However, we anticipate we will receive more applications than we can fund. So here are some priorities we'll be looking at. Businesses with 10 or less employees, women, minority, and veteran-owned businesses, and in the areas of retail, restaurants, hair, nail salons, barbershops, day spas, fitness studios. We're really looking to assist the smaller businesses that we feel have been impacted the most and perhaps unable to access additional support. Businesses that have not received additional COVID-19 related grants. And if necessary, we will be looking at this on a first come, first serve basis. We will be considering that because we only have 100,000 until that's exhausted. Applications will be noted, the date and time they were received. We will be looking for these priority areas first until we fully exhaust the funds.
Can I mail my application?
Yes, you can mail it. We are encouraging that you submit online via our email process, but we will accept mailed applications, and our address is here, 4071 Port Chicago, Concord 94520. It is Suite 250. We probably need to add that, Suite 250. And they do need to be accepted, received in-house no later than December 2nd at 5 p.m.
How much are the grants worth?
You can apply for up to $5,000, but the amount you request must match a plan that you've developed. So if you come up with a plan of items that you need and it only comes to $3,500, then that's what you should submit your grant application for. And that's how we'll determine, how many will be funded based on the amount that people apply for. So you can apply for up to $5,000, but you need to justify that with your expenses.
How many grants will be awarded?
So if everyone applied for 5,000, we would have 20 grants to award. If people apply for less than the 5,000, we anticipate we can fund up to 30 or more, depending on the amounts.
I have received financial assistance from other organizations. Will that impact my eligibility?
So we are going to give priority to businesses that have not received any COVID-19 related grants. For instance, the Economic Injury Disaster Loan, Paycheck Protection Program, or city or local funding. The ones that have not received it will be given priority, but that does not exclude you from applying. It will just be based on what types of applications and priority things that we receive.
What documents are needed to complete this application?
So you need to do a complete application, and the online process will walk you through that and tell you which questions are required and that you must fill out. We do need a copy of your W-9, which you will be able to upload on our website. Your business license as well, you can upload that or send us copies if you need to mail it. And you have to be up to date on your unemployment insurance taxes and in good standing with the state of California. These are federal funds. And the Workforce Development Board may request additional documentation if it's necessary to verify that the business meets the program eligibility requirements.
How and when will the small business grant be allocated?
So we anticipate that the award agreement letters will be emailed to the email address on the application by December 9th. And then this is a reimbursement program. So when you purchase your items, receipts will be due within 45 days of the signed executed award agreement. The grant form funds in the form of a check will be mailed to the business address provided in the application and on the W-9 form after you've submitted your receipts.
Can I get funding for purchases made prior to the date of the signed executed award agreement?
No, this is important that purchases must be made after the date of the signed executed award agreement. Grant funds will be paid as a reimbursement on approved purchases only.
Where is this funding coming from?
Funding is provided from the U.S. Department of Labor Workforce Innovation Opportunity Act, WIOA, and we are subject to WIOA regulations and allowable cost expenses, which has driven much of what you're seeing here today in terms of eligibility and requirements.
Will my information be shared with or sold to anyone?
Absolutely not.
Are nonprofits available for this grant?
Unfortunately, no, not at this time with the small amount of funds that we have.
This concludes the official questions that we have. And I take it at this time, Donna, you'll be introducing George.
Yeah, so what we'd like to do next is walk you through the application itself. We've kind of done a draft one for your review so you can see what exactly you need to put in there and what the program plan that you need to submit looks like. So I'd like to introduce you to George Carter, another one of our business services support people. He will be helping with this program as well. And he also, in addition, will be manning our hotline, which will be available to support anyone moving forward that has questions about this. So at this time, I'd like to turn it over to George and let him walk us through the application.
All right. Well, thank you, Donna. Appreciate that. And welcome everybody again for joining us today. And I'm happy to go over the, this is a sample application for your convenience to help you get an idea about what, how you can answer some of the questions. All right, and so I'll go over the various sections of the application. So starting with section A, as it says business information, please note you must have at least one employee, not including the proprietor, in order to be eligible to receive the funds here. And so the question one is your business name. So you can just put in the name of your business. Number two is the business contact. So who the contact person would be for the grant, but also in case we have any questions or need some clarification, who the contact person would be. And number three, question three is the your title, whether you're the owner or the manager. Question four is the business phone number. That's always helpful. And question five goes along with that, which is the extension on the phone number, if there's an additional extension to reach the business contact person. And question six is the fax number. Number seven is the email address. So we can give you a sample of how you can include that. And along with number seven is also the business address, so your business address location, and please also include any, if you have a suite number or anything, you can also include that there. And question 12 is the county. And again, for the purpose of this grant, we're only accepting applications for Contra Costa businesses, but that's what question 12 is for. And then question 13 is the number of full-time employees that you may have available or working there. Question 14 is the number of part-time employees currently working. And the question 15 is the legal structure of the business. So if you're a sole proprietor or S corp, or you can include that information. Question 16 is the employer's federal ID number. And then question 17 is the California tax ID number. So you can provide that information as well. Question 18 is your business current on all state of California tax obligations? Question 19 is select your business industry. For the example, we used food and beverage. Question 20 is please describe your business, products or services that you provide. Question 21 is your business minority owned? Question 22 is your business woman owned? Question 23 is your business veteran owned? And question 24 is your business currently open? Question 25 is if no, do you plan to reopen in the future? So that completes section 1 of the application. Now going to section B. is the COVID-19 impact. Now, what it's had on your business. So question 26 is, has your business been affected by COVID-19? And then 27 is, have you received any other COVID-19 related grants or funding? And then question 28 is, if yes, please describe what those funds were. So it gives you a sample of how you can include that information. And then question 29 is the number of employees' jobs that are affected as a result of COVID-19. All right, now moving into section C, which is the layoff aversion portion. And question number 30 is amount of funding requested. And then keep in mind it's up to $5,000, and you would include or input that amount that you're requesting. Question 31 is the anticipated number of jobs saved as a result of receiving the funds. Question 32 is provide a description of the specific planned actions that will allow your business and employees to continue operations. And so we did provide an example there also, just to assist you with that information. And also it gives you an opportunity to upload any supporting or relevant documentation. And for this example, we did provide a couple of uploads like if you were purchasing plexiglass barriers or heating lamps as an example. And again, this is also on our website, so you'll see that. Section D is the budget. And so the number 33 is the budget category in terms of the type of item. And then the 34 is the description of what it is that you're looking at purchasing. And then question 35 is the cost per item. So again, it's kind of itemized where each individual item you would list separately. And so this gives you examples if you're purchasing climate control items or PPE rather, items or PEE items as well. So kind of gives you an example of what those would look like. Then question 36 is the total cost. So after you total out all the items that you need to purchase, what that total amount would look like. Now moving into section E, the certification by the authorized business representative. This information again online provides, for some of the questions, it has a drop-down menu so that you can answer the questions effectively. So also there is a certification process that you go through that is available online. You'll see that online as well. And then again, question 38 is the owner. You just certify the name of the 37 is the name of the individual. Again, the title is 38. 39 would be the signature page. And then number 40 is just the date that you're submitting the request. And then section F is the document uploading section. That's where you can include your business license, your W-9 forms that you would use to substantiate your business eligibility. And I believe that concludes the application sample process. And so now I'll turn it back over to Patience.
Thank you, Judge. So at this point, we will turn over to our website to show you our homepage where you would find most of this information. And then we will begin to take your questions.
And you was just there. There you go.
So this is the Workforce Development Board homepage. When you land on this page, you will see the new layoff aversion funding for small business. When you click on it at this point, it will take you to, we can go ahead and try, but if you click on it, it will take you to this page. And prior to this call, this page will ask you to register for this webinar. However, tomorrow morning, this page will ask you to apply. So starting at 8 a.m. tomorrow, the webmaster would change the features and put the application up so that it is live. So if you click on this, it will be saying apply, and then you can go through the steps of applying for the grant. Then the next below it is a frequently asked questions. This FAQ below, if you click on it, that is where we are going to be housing. We already housed frequently asked questions there, but after this meeting today, we will update the frequently asked questions, and you can always click below to see the questions. We will also attempt to upload this video of this presentation so that people will have access to it. However, if you look at the bottom to the left, the button that says translate, this button, for example, you could pick a language, Patricia. This button, when you click on it, should be able to translate what you have on the screen to any language that you wish.
The green one.
Hopefully this works.
Green one.
So pick a flag, and this has translated it to another language. So this feature allows you to be able to read what is on the side in a language of your choice. If we can go back to English, thank you. But if you do want to speak to someone, we have our hotline that you can call during working hours. And the hotline number is 833-320-1919. I repeat, Workforce Development Board hotline is 833-320-1919. And there will be someone on this line to help you with your application. Thank you. Donna, do we want to open up for questions at this time?
Yeah, I just want to also go back to I don't want to go back to the website, but just point out there's also an email there. You can email us at any time. We will answer it during business hours. We do ask that if our line gets busy, you may go to voicemail, but we are pretty good unless we're severely overloaded in responding within a few hours, getting back to you. So make sure if you do have to leave us a message, leave us a good number and a good time to contact you. We have multiple staff that will be able to assist with questions and walking you through anything that you might need help with. And I think now we could go to, I do see a few more questions in chat. So are we ready to move to that, I think?
We are ready. So Patricia?
Okay. So the first question I received, it was privately, but I'll read it anyways to everyone, and I think it's been answered, but it's, can nonprofits apply?
So at this point, no, we have certain criteria from our federal funding. And so at this point, no, not nonprofits.
The next question is, so you can't have independent contractors in your salon considered as employees?
They have to be W-2 employees that are being saved from layoff. This is layoff aversion funding.
The next question is, will independent contractors be considered employees in this grant?
You have to be working in a storefront and have at least one employee in addition to yourself.
The next question is, can we use the funding to pay for rent of the business?
No, that is not allowable under our funding source. The paying for rent or salaries is not allowable under this grant funding.
And currently, the last question is, so you must have employees?
Yes, this funding is based on employees and layoff aversion. That is the specificity of the funding that we have to share with our businesses. So
right now, that's the only questions I've received in chat, and I don't have any hands raised, but so that concludes. Oh, well, someone said great resources, leaders well understood, and thank you. And I'm getting thank yous.
Thank you. So we went through that very quickly. I'm a little hesitant to close us out in the event that someone comes on a little late, but If we don't have any other questions, I hope we did a good job of answering your questions and sharing this opportunity with you. We understand or can empathize with some of the things that businesses have been going through lately. And part of our role is to assist in any way we can. This is a small part that we hope we can assist some businesses with. But I also want you to be aware that we have other resources for individuals that have been laid off. Our business services program under Patients No Food has a lot of resources. George Carter runs a CC Works subsidized employment program. We can help with employee costs through that program if you connect with George. So please check out our website and look at some of the wonderful resources we have, the free webinar tomorrow, and our hotline is always available to you at this point, not just for this small business loan information, but for other information you might need. We may not have the answer, but our team is pretty good at finding out the answers or helping you find the resource that you might need to answer your question.
So Donna, at this time, do you want to have staff leave the line open even though we end the call in case somebody calls in, or do we end the call?
I have received one new a message. Hold on, let me check it, but go ahead and answer that while I do this. It was just another.
And yeah, it doesn't look like we're getting new participants at this point. It looks like people are dropping off. So I'm probably going to say, no, I don't want us to hold this open. It looks like people are dropping off. I think hopefully we've answered people's questions and everything will be available on our website. So if we start getting information or calls, questions, we'll refer them to the website.
Thank you.
So you want me to end this?
Yeah, so we're going to end at this
So
time.
I'll end the webinar right now. I'll zoom out.
Okay, yes, I want to thank everybody for participating, and please reach out to us via the hotline or email if you have any additional questions. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.